Hervé, à toi de jouer.
Ok. Bonjour à tous et bienvenue à ce premier webinar de l'année 2025 pour SPE France autour du thème Digital Transformations and AI in the Energy Sector, présenté par Mariana Kobayashi. Je suis Hervé Vigor de SPE France Communications. I'm Hervé Vigor from SPE France. We'll be together with Pierre-Edouard Vincent from SPE, your moderators for today's talk, which has attracted a lot of interest in our linking websites. We have many people that have signed up for this event. We have the next 60 minutes together. Please, I encourage you to ask your questions throughout the presentations in the chat functions of the website. We are streaming live from our website and on linking. This would be also available through YouTube channel. Before we start with Mariana Kobayashi presentations, I will first take you through a few slides on the SPE France to indicate you what are the benefits of joining an SPE sections. We have our boards committee that have been composed of several people from the industry, a variety of functions, as you can see. The main benefits for our members are first to grab the world-leading technical knowledge through different websites, different publications like the GPT, different organizations or resource link like One Petro, the Energy Streams, or HEC Now that present you with summary of the highlights of the week. Also, we connect people through networking opportunities, webcast, and as well online presence. We have access to training and certifications, and last but not least, we also recognize and award people that have impacted our community. Our activities in the nutshell are here, and I can point out a few coming events. We have our next online, or actually in presence in Paris, distinguished lecturer program speaker coming on the 1st of April. More to be announced on this shortly. We'll have also Beyond the Borders programs that is organized in Paris in March, as well as the Petrobol region qualifiers coming up in April 2025. So a lot of things coming up this year. Of course, today you're here for the digital transformation and artificial intelligence in the energy sector presented by Mariana. And I want also to point out that next month we will celebrate our 40th anniversary for SPE France sections. So we hope to meet with you in our events in Paris on the 20th of March. Separate communications will be organized to that effect. I will conclude on this quick introduction to SPE France with a thanks to our sponsors that are helping to bring their expertise, the knowledge, and of course support to this SPE France sections. With that, I will now hand over to Pierre-Edouard that will introduce Mariana to us.
Thank you, Hervé. Let me put up Mariana's transformation presentation. So a few words about Mariana. She's currently working as innovation lead at Total Energies with a decade of experience in the oil and gas industry, specialized in digital transformation and innovation. Mariana has a background in chemical engineering from USP, Universidade de São Paulo, and a master's in energy and processes from IFP School. She began her career in process engineering and energy efficiency in refining before transitioning to data and technology, where she developed AI and machine learning models for industrial applications. She now focuses on driving innovation and operational efficiency. Mariana is also the founder of TechDomain, a startup that leverages technology for social impact. Mariana, over to you.
Thank you, Pierre. Thank you, Hervé. Thanks a lot. So, first of all, let's do a quick exercise, a quick warm-up. So everyone is going to work here. It's not only me. And I invite you to take all your phones and put a comment here. So let's play. You post here in the chat, which technology do you think we are using in the picture? So the first one, let's go. Let's try you too, Pierre and Hervé. What do you think here? What is happening? I'll invite you to come back and answer my quiz here. So what is happening in the first picture? Digital twin. Not exactly. Computer vision. I will show you more pictures and then you see. The other one, what is happening? Which technology we are using? This is easier, no? VR, yeah, great. The second one is virtual reality. The third one, I haven't said the first one. The A, you still don't know. So the third one is also virtual reality because we are using the walls as a screen here. So the third one is virtual reality. Yeah, some people put here. And if we come back to the first one, actually is augmented reality because what you see is the installation is really the asset, the site, and the green stuff on the top are, using computer vision. But what we see, sorry, the light here. So it's augmented reality, what we see inside a real installation. And the last one, the fourth, what do you think? Here on the tablet, you see a tablet in the operator hand, and you also see things projected through this screen, this tablet screen, on the equipment, so he could see using the screen. What do you think? So this one, the last one, is mixed reality. So we have virtual and augmented because he is using this to know and to learn how to start a pump. So in this screen, he can see the procedure to start a pump, and then filming his colleague. So putting in the camera his colleague, he can see if he's doing right, what he's doing, and all the procedure according to the data that he has already. So if you see here, just a summary, we have virtual reality. Using this screen of a synthetic experience or a real experience, augmented reality, what do we put inside? We project inside our space something that could be virtual or real, and the merge or mixed one that we can put together both of them. So you were pretty close, almost everyone. And some of you put digital twin, but how we would define a digital twin? And what do you think that we need to have to be so we can define as digital twin? We can talk about this in like 5 minutes. So now let's get to business. As we are warm up now, and please feel free to put on the chat questions, any comment. I can see your comments so we can discuss together. So what I would like to share with you today, because I know everyone already knows about AI and about some use cases and about digital transformation. So what I really want to share with you today is these 5 takeaways for a successful digital transformation project that includes also AI and data science and data analysis, but it also includes other technologies. So how I came up with this is from this 10 years of experience and That's what I would like to share with you. And I hope you go home today with all these 5 topics in mind, and then you can apply it. And it might be, you might have already encountered this or known, but yeah, you also work with me. So take note about these 5 topics. So let's clarify some topics before start all my 5 topics, all my 5 takeaways, my 5 learnings. Before talking about these learnings, we are going to clarify some definitions together. So first of all, about digital transformation, that we can apply in all the sectors of the company. So we really need to understand that it's not only for operation, not only for maintenance, but also for the back office. We are going to talk about this, and it's going to be really important to close the gap of a lot of companies to achieve digital transformation and real digital transformation inside the companies. And the ultimate objective is for sure to bring value. We are always going to say and then to search for a client with real use case application and real value behind all this project we are implementing. And what do you think? Put here on the chat. What do you think about COVID impact on digital transformation in your sector, or in your company, or around you, or in your university around you? What do you think about the COVID impact? Do you think that it helped digital transformation? It limited? What do you think? I am curious about it. And also about Gen AI. Because about Gen AI, for example, my opinion is that it really accelerated all the digital transformation initiatives and what we can do at home in our personal life. Really tackled some, and then just started a lot of initiatives in the working environment. I think a lot of people that was using Gen AI at home could bring to work, and then what we saw this that different from machine learning initiatives that were really brought from technical people and people already knowing a lot about machine learning. Gen AI is actually a topic that everyone in the company are bringing to the table. So yeah, it was a driver. I agree. For COVID, it was a driver. Could also accelerate a little bit. Yeah. And the second thing that we need to clarify is that AI does not resolve around Gen AI. So since 2 years now, we talk a lot about Copilot, ChatGPT, but it's been really a lot of years that we already use AI in the company, for sure. So we are going to talk about non-generative machine learning, deep learning, rules, heuristics, optimization, simulation, also Gen AI. So just to clarify, I'm sure that you already know and you're already familiar with this, but it's just one of the techniques inside this broad space and this broad science and topic that is AI globally and machine learning, data science. But as I was talking about Gen AI, what we really need to understand and see that most of the companies are really paying attention to Gen AI, even though it's starting to decrease a little bit, this expectation that we have around Gen AI. So this tool, for those who has not yet seen, this is the hype cycle from Gartner. Really interesting tool. So I just leave you this recommendation if you want to take a look on some trends and the maturity that the technology has on the market and in companies. You can use this hype cycle curve from Gartner. Yeah, I hope you are all here. You all have sound, and please put here your questions and if you're having any trouble. So this is a suggestion to have more information about all the new technologies and talking about Gen AI that really have appeared some years ago, and then we are also trying to understand how we put together all the machine learning use cases, all the rule-based and business-based use cases and simulation and modeling use cases that we use machine learning, data, and AI with Gen AI. So I think it's something we are finding out how to take the best of these two worlds, and then how to put this in profit of all businesses. And some companies really find out that Gen AI was not as much as efficient in the company as they would expect, but they still are trying. Actually, really talking about myself and the company, we still try and we still put in place a lot of use cases, and you see some of them. And also to make sure we are all on the same page here, and I'm sure you have already heard about most of these use cases and these applications in oil and gas value chain. We are going to find a lot of machine learning and AI, from drilling to inspection to maintenance and predictive maintenance, new projects, GHG, CO2. So actually what is in common is that we have data that we know, and the process that we know, and that we can put an algorithm or machine learning and AI to help us and to optimize all this analysis and decision making. And we try today also to put in place some Gen AI, some agent, or some other Gen AI algorithm on top of this that could maybe help us to identify new opportunities and take advantage of also this new content generation, and to cross information from different databases and different models, etc. So I think that most of them are really mature. And then talking about the machine learning, if we can talk about like this. And what we are trying to do is to integrate these new models and new algorithms, and also having more computational power with all the supercomputers that are also in place that we use a lot. These supercomputers, HPC. I don't know what's happening. They want me to go out of the room. It's going out. If you go a step further, we can also have some use cases that use images. Do you know about this? Is anyone here have a use case about that use images? And we have in the also daily lives, but in the value chain, we can use to detect anomalies, to recognize any anomaly. Can be subsea, can be on the equipment, can be on shore, can be using PPE, so all the equipments to protect and safety, etc. So also a lot of companies are doing projects around image recognition to tackle all the safety integrity problems. If you go further, you already know for sure. So autonomous robots, ROVs, AUVs, robotics for integrity, for operation, for inspection, for maintenance. So when we put together the hardware inside the operation, we started talking about data, about AI, how we use data analytics, how we use advanced analytics, and also we can put all of this together in the digital transformation, and software plus hardware plus algorithms plus cloud that you also see, plus IoTs. So all of these keywords that you have to have in mind when you talk about digital transformation. So if you think about the value chain or the life cycle of one data, so some information, you need to gather this information from the field. You can use IoTs, you can use normal sensors. You're going to send this information somewhere. You need to monitor and storage this information on the cloud or in another server. You use data analysis and machine learning and AI. So a good way to think about where you can improve your process, you can think about where your data is and where it's going, or your product. You think about really the process of your product inside your value chain, inside your unit or your asset. And then process by process or step by step, you can try to find new use cases. It's a good approach. If you go further, so we can have also process automation, and now we can also talk about management, about process management, about optimization of energy management system, so also cybersecurity, so all of the things that we can have inside the office and the back office also, and blockchain, and all of this, of course, inside and throughout the whole value chain. And something that we used to do is try to be inspired by a use case that is being used in, for example, in the upstream to downstream, and then do just cross branches and this exchange of knowledge and this exchange of use cases. To some of my students in university, I used to share about Netflix and Amazon use cases, because I think that is a good way to be inspired and to see how other sectors work and how they use recommendation, how they deal with their stocks, how they deal with the customer demand, and how you can apply this to your sector, because other sectors also can share a lot, and then they don't see us as competitors, so they can be more open sharing, and then you can have also information and use this in your advantage, and also use this in oil and gas. So just a big picture of some use cases. And if we just separate and organize these use cases in some levers, in some value levers, so we can see differently. We can see like a lot of use cases for production, for asset availability, savings, so less money, less expenses, asset utilization, and integrity. Just another way to see and another way to connect also dots. And for example, we have a lot of use cases now and projects to achieve the famous no man entry. So we don't want to put people in dangerous places. And then we have this as a global subject, as a transversal subject. And then we can discuss ways to apply it, and also some vendors and providers, technology providers that can help from the upstream, downstream, marketing services, and all the logistics. It's another hint or suggestion I would give is to discuss also a cross-branch organization, cross-value chain that you can also profit from other colleagues' experiences and learnings, return of experience, etc. So we can also, for example, this no man entry, we work. I have one project for exploration and production, and my colleague has for refining chemicals, and then we can work together and see if his provider can also help me. So talking about collaboration here and cross value chain projects. So another question, put here on the chat, another question. Do you think digital technologies can boost decarbonation in energy, materials, and mobility sectors? So globally, energy. What do you think? Do you think yes or no? I leave you 5 seconds to answer because we have a small delay. So I will tell you my opinion, but according to the World Economic Forum, digital solutions can help reducing global emissions by 20%. 20%. I mean, I agree that it can help, but it's a lot. I mean, their study and the projection, they think that all these technologies that we have discussed before, so from IoT, cloud, drone, autonomous robots, so all this hardware part of the technology through cloud, AI, 5G, machine learning, everything that goes around data, all of this, big data, digital twin, can help. So I would say I don't believe that 20% is maybe feasible objective now, but just sharing some studies from the World Economic Forum. So I think that for sure we are using now in the industry, a lot of companies, we are using the digital transformation and innovation projects and AI projects also to tackle decarbonation, also to tackle some GHG emission project or renewable energy projects. So we put together these two, and also with safety. So a lot of a lot of the times that we don't have a project that have a big financial benefit, I would say, is that because we have the objective of decarbonation or safety, but we do it anyway. So summarizing, we could have also today, talking about my experience, the driver that is financial to do the project, but we also have the environmental driver and then safety driver. And we have a lot of projects with this decarbonation and this environmental, yeah. So we continue, and then we're just about to start my 5 examples really quick. So to strengthen your AI roadmap in your company, what we have from Gartner is a really good suggestion and a really good advice here is that we need to balance the long-term operational use cases and the near-term operational use cases. So that is basically the back office opportunities that we can have. And within 2 years, 75% of the AI-enabled optimization will take place in the back office. So it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. And when we talk about the back office, or the support, or the contract, or IP, or procurement, supply chain, a lot of back office work also need to have investment. And then we need to balance this because a lot of the long-term and like a big project or disruptive projects of AI in the drilling, in the development, in operation or in refining, and all of these use cases that we can have, that it can be, can optimize production, they are more long-term than all these back office opportunities. So good thing to know. And another data that is interesting to share is more than 80% of the companies will have used Gen AI by 2026. So it's a lot. So we need to take advantage also as employees to learn how to use it and to use it well. And also to outstand because of this and implement use cases in the companies that can use Gen AI to automatize some tasks, some processes, as we have just said about back office, not only for production, but also for back office. And start now our 5 takeaways. So note all these 5 takeaways and tell me what do you think. I will show you in a concrete use case all these 5 takeaways. We have 5 use cases to go quickly together today. So this project we have done in Brazil. So maybe that's an information that we have not shared here. No, Pierre Hervé. I'm Brazilian. I came to France like 11 years ago. And I'm based here now. I'm based in Paris, but I was in Brazil also before. So what we have done in Brazil in our innovation and digital transformation program, for example, this is a back office use case. So we have a big platform in Brazil that is available to everyone. So this is basically just a website that you can access some information about companies. So for example, the benefit of the company, the number of the company, in French would be ciré, numéro de ciré. The whole name of the company, how many employees, which sectors of activity. So you can have a lot of information about this. And then what we have started as project is to build a platform, a comprehensive platform that takes all of this data and can also put filters and selections on top of this public data and compare it to what we have inside the company. For what? So we can better classify our suppliers, compare with the suppliers that we have already worked with, compare proposals, compare which company we have already worked and which one we have just asked for a proposal, etc. And then we have on top of this, so all of this, the data collection, the organization, the comparison, the filtering, and also have a layer of generative AI. And this started because we did understood the user need. So actually talking about this balance between long-term AI and digital transformation projects and near-term and short-term projects, this one was a quick win because it would help everyone in the purchase to payment process. So we could quicker analyze the suppliers. It's a really big country, Brazil, so we have a lot of suppliers, and we didn't know how to get information about this. So first takeaway, to have empathy and understand the user needs can be really cliche to say like this, but it's something that we really need to pay attention. When we talk about oil and gas sectors, sometimes we have big projects that are just there because they are fancy or because someone top down has said, you're going to do this. I understand that sometimes we really need to do, but some of them we really need to stand out, and then we need to say, yes, no, because the user doesn't need this, or because we already have something, or because it's not going to bring value. So it's not simple, but it's something that really can be a game changer for your project, and not to fear to kill a project according to user needs. What I say by killing a project is just stopping the project or pivot the project and go to another direction, for example. The second takeaway is the collaboration and partnership to drive innovation. So we really have proven this, that if we collaborate with people and company and startups and other oil and gas companies from outside of our own, we can really accelerate the project. This one was developed with a Brazilian startup and really accelerated all the project that according or comparing if we have done only by ourselves. But this also can be really challenging because we to work with them and to have really this acceleration that we were expecting, we need to adapt a lot of the processes. So third takeaway is that to have a good and optimized and successful roadmap about AI and digital transformation, you really need to adapt your processes, your contracting process, your scouting process, your compliance, supply chain, etc. So that is backups that might be seen as something that we really need to do. Every company needs to have this, but we need to work on the adaptation and simplification all of these processes. That was a game change for us, really. Even though you can have 100 ideas. If you're not able to close contracts, if you're not able to accelerate this, and then in 1 year test it or really have a quick process, you won't have any solution. So the fourth takeaway is data quality and quantity. We will talk more about this in another example. And finally, to think about the scalability of the pilot. And if we put this in this scale that we have here for what we think is a good Gen AI, a good use case for Gen AI, and not good use case for Gen AI, if it's effective or not. So if we take our previous example, And we put here, what do you think and where do you think it will be? So if we take this accelerate buyers search for new local suppliers, so our platform, our GenAI platform, etc., where do you think it will be, this one? Da-da-da-da. So we'll have actually a good use case for GenAI, as we already said. So these conversational use cases, this project we could put here for, of course, that we need to have all of the data gathering, the data collection, organization, storage, etc. We need not only GenAI, but at the end of all these processes, GenAI can really be helpful. So make sure that you can put all of the bricks together, not only GenAI. If you don't have a good data collection, if you don't have enough quantity or good quality of all this data that I have shared before, for example, for this back office use cases, you won't have anything to ask for in your GenAI interface. So we will see more examples just now. Second example. So what can we have here? Is this one also successful? So we are going to go through all the 5 takeaways and see if it was a successful one or not. So this one is for AI. We wanted to use AI for visual inspections of the subsea operations, also Brazil. You also have French examples, okay? So we did have some ROV images that we needed to process, we need to analyze, and then to do like a labeling manually all of this data, all of this video and pictures, and we needed to label it manually. So what we wanted is to do real-time image verification using this computer vision and machine learning methods from this raw data. So all of the data we gather through this ROV campaign, etc., and do the event characterization and also detect anomaly, corrosion to improve the process, to work quicker, to decrease human error, etc. I think you understood. So did we have empathy and understanding of the user need? Yes, so it was something that came from the operation. So the project itself and the demand came from the operation, and then they worked with us. So it was a project worked together between the technical team and the innovation, the data team, everyone together, working also with a collaboration and a partnership with external stakeholders. So these 2 first projects were not developed only internally in the company. We did have collaboration, we did have external partners that could bring us some innovation from outside and some new things and new concepts also from outside, comparing and learning from what they have done to other customers also for us. Also really challenging from this agility and flexibility point of view, was really challenging to accelerate all the internal process. Again, talking about what do we do in the back office, so how do we work, how our processes are quick enough or not, or flexible enough or not. Because even if you have a good understanding of the user need, if you have a good partner, and if you have the better algorithm and a good data, if you cannot close the contract, if you cannot accelerate it, and 1 year later, you don't have this problem anymore. The technology is already old. So that's why also we need to pay attention on all the process inside the company, inside your team, to accelerate all the projects. And also think about how the user will use it. So this last point about scalability from pilot to full development. And one thing that was interesting about this project too is that also the data quality and quantity was a challenge, because we don't have a lot of anomalies. So even though we have a lot of false examples, false in the way that we don't have any anomaly, even though we have really a lot of data that we don't have anomalies. The fact that we don't have a lot of with anomalies was a really big challenge. And I think that for most of the data projects that wants to detect anomaly will encounter the same kind of problem. We have done another project to detect other kind of anomalies like peak of pressure or battery problems or any flow meter problem. So all of this anomaly detection can encounter this kind of problem of lack of data, lack of positive anomaly data. So where it will be this one? If we put here on the scale that we have, it will be on the other side. So on the other side, it will be not a really good use case for Gen AI, really not. And then we'll try to do the forecasting, prediction, to anomaly detection, to some prediction. So not at all Gen AI. You understood. We use here normal machine learning, like the traditional machine learning, non-generative machine learning based on data, based on all these images, based on what we have in the database, what we have already known. Our third example. So now I think you already understood all of our 5 takeaways, right? So first takeaway, empathy and user understanding. Second takeaway, collaboration and partnership. So let's go also through the use case now. So just before, I already talked to you about my experience in Brazil through these 2 examples. And in the beginning of my career, I was in refining and chemicals. And there we used a lot simulation and modeling and also machine learning since many years ago. So machine learning at that time, and still now, but when I was there doing the machine learning models, we represented all the unit behavior. So all the units behavior separately, each unit. So if you're going to study a reforming unit, a distillation unit, cracker, all the units inside the site, we were presented using a machine learning model. So we can do this in anywhere. I mean, we can do this for inside a logistic firm, logistic company. If I'm talking about how the process, how Amazon just pack stuff, they can also do machine learning to study how much time they take, how much boxes they get ready, how much time. So it's almost the same. We can study the process, and in this case was the flow, the pressure, the quality of the product, temperature, a lot of operational data to understand how each unit work, and integrated this in a big model to be able to decide which crude oil will be better to which refinery. So again, we use all of these small machine learning modules just represented visually here, just an example for if you imagine that can be like options in the model. This could really be like the crude oil coming and then you're going to do distillation. This can go to the one unit or it can go to another unit, like cooking or reforming, etc. So it's all of the options that you have. And then each square here could be a machine learning model representing the reality. So again, it started from a user need, and we worked with a lot of people inside the company and also using optimization model and algorithms also from outside, some outside tools. One big challenge was to share this with people also in the refineries and working in the field, because it also required a lot of change management, and also trying to bring this to their daily lives. So that's another point here, another takeaway. All this adaptability point also takes it into account how you're going to bring this tool into your client or into your user experience and your user life. Another point here, data quality and quantity, big challenge. So really big challenge here, because you might imagine that all the sensors are not perfect. So all the operational data and real data were really a lot of this data had big errors, or like fooling in some units, and then in heat exchangers can also change a lot of the modeling. So simulation data and theoretical data versus real data. And this now it's a good moment to talk about digital twin. So you all have put here on the chat digital twin. So I will ask you now, do you think that if I have a visual 3D, so if I have a 3D representation of a unit or of an asset, do you think this is a digital twin? What do you think? Just a digital twins. So if I tell you now that we are going to add some modeling, some models, process models, and real data. So that's really the point here, that when you were talking about, we had this picture in the beginning of the webinar, we have this picture of the asset, just the pump that we were showing just in the beginning. It was augmented reality, because we only saw the 3D representation projected into the site and into the asset. And now actually, to be considered a digital twin, we always need to have the connection to real data. So how we can really compare what we would do to the real asset digitally. Can I study how my asset will behavior if I change a parameter, if I change the configuration, or if I play with something that I could not play and change physically, that will cost me money, that can be dangerous, etc., etc. So what I have now, our last point, the scalability for pilot and also deployment. This use case really took into consideration all of these 5 takeaways. It's something that we do a lot, and since many years. So one of my previous experiences in refining and chemicals, that I could take all of this machine learning experience and also apply in exploration and production when I changed position to the upstream, actually. But really interesting, and also interesting to understand better all the data connections between, the assets, the unit, and what we see, because what we tried to connect here is all these process models with real data. So starting to talk about the digital twin, that we can have visual representation. We can have 2D, 3D. Yes, is a plus, as we saw Thomas talking here, is a plus. But what we really need to include is real data about equipment, and all of the information we have about this asset. If you only do the drawing, yeah, that's not a digital twin. If you only have modeling, that's not digital twin. If you only have the data without knowing where it comes from, and then which other data sheet that you have, which other model do you have, and simulation, modeling, etc., is important to have all of these points. So where we're gonna put this? Where we're gonna put this? When Gen AI is effective or not? We are going to put this close to the AI to visualization. We're going to put here on decision intelligence, so it's going to support the decision, this refinery planning and valorization. So how we are going to take operational data, build machine learning models, so we can help people make decision about which crude oil we are going to buy, how much of which equipment, of which product, and which blend I'm going to sell, and what is the quality of each of these products. I will take you the question. Good question from Thomas now, that is about this refinery and planning valorization use case. Have you decommissioned classical tools such as PIMS or Aspen HiSys model that usually cover the planning use case you discussed? No. So for Aspen HiSys, we don't use for the same thing. So we are going to use to design equipment, to do some advanced control command use case, or advanced performance analysis, but we're not going to be able to share all of these tools with economic sector employees. So I'll do it again. We still use these two kind of tools. So the commercial tools as Aspen, as ProSim, as PIMS, as Flowers, as a lot of other tools. So we still use this. And also we use some of the, if we separate all of this, because you put these two tools, but they don't do the same thing, but we still use commercial tools. But inside some of commercial tools, we are going to put some machine learning models. And from the other side, when we talk about HiSys and ProSim, we are going to use this to design equipment unit and do some more specific studies. And one big difference from this machine learning or this linear programming or any other model that we are using machine learning for us is that we can give this model to some business people. So if this trading person, business person, or non-technical person that is not going to open a HiSys model or any other software model, they can use this, they can make decisions, they can use this quickly, like in 2, 3, 5 minutes, they can use this, of course, being taught how to use. But if they need to make a decision with another situation, we can more easily put this in another user interface, and they can use it like freely, and then in a more flexible way. And then we can integrate all of these models that we construct in-house, all of this machine learning for each process. We can integrate this in other softwares. So that's also a good point. So for use case here, and again, do we implement, have we all of the 5 takeaways for this use case? So I'll also show you that for this one, no, we don't have all of the takeaways, and the answer is that it was not a success. So for example, it's a really good more no's. Sorry, I didn't put all the slide. So we have a lot of red here. And beginning with the empathy and user understanding, actually, what we wanted here is to test a machine learning and AI data analytics application, a solution to monitor the health or a battery storage system, a BESS. Okay, so how we store energy in batteries and then we use it for later. We have tested this software that can give us like the safety score if the battery is operating well, if all the systems operating well or not. And then what we saw is that it was really good. I mean, the model was really great, the solution was really great, but it was for our need. Does it really answer what we needed? So actually, after doing all this testing and trial, we sat together with the operation and all the people that control the asset, and then we saw that actually the need was not exactly this, and that we needed to do like a pass, so a step behind, and do more structuring data project in order to get to this point. So no empathy and user understanding on this case. Collaboration and partnership was really great, because we were working also cross company and with an external partner. Agility was there, adaptability was there, but data quality and the quantity was not there. So again, we wanted to predict downtime. We wanted to predict problems and do this early detection of fire, of any problem, of something that was an anomaly. And again, we did not have a lot of anomalies to measure. And finally, scalability for pilot and full deployment. We thought that it could not work for all of the assets we have, and that it was really important. We just found out that it was really important from the beginning to evaluate if we scale up, it will be achievable, if we can operate, if we scale up, if we can pay, if we scale up for all of the company, if you can do maintenance on the tool, etc. So also another topic that is really important. Finally, where we put this, we put also here on the left. So prediction and forecasting. And the final example here, also sharing a little bit of my personal life with you. It was a no-go project, but it was really interesting to do. I have this startup that's called Tech for Good. It's Tech do Bem in Portuguese. And then we have done in 2023 trips in Brazil to work with ONGs and to try to solve problems for ONGs with students' help through hackathons, through events, through training courses, etc. So this one was really challenging because of the scalability. So again, just to share with you this message that the scalability was really a pain point for us, because we were trying to connect a solution through WhatsApp. Going directly to the point, we were trying to connect a solution through WhatsApp for the users access it, so the user could access through WhatsApp. But we just saw that WhatsApp updates a lot. So WhatsApp just updates a lot during the year. So maintenance was really painful, and pricing was painful. So we cannot underestimate the deployment of the tools, even though you have tested, everything is perfect, but we really cannot underestimate the deployment. So we have said that you need to balance your near-term and your long-term roadmap, that the back office is important, that we have all these 5 takeaways, and that we also need here to work and optimize all of the talents that we have. So the competencies that we have inside the companies, the workflow, the processes, and also our competence inside. some final takeaways about this enhancing our readiness to become AI-driven companies, so we can access what we have now. So note what you have, see what you have today, so you can understand how to get better. What do you have as capabilities? What do you have as projects today to develop a strategy to get there? Invest in talent, foster innovative culture. That agility and error acceptability will go through this. And then you can implement AI solutions, and then you can implement digital transformation solutions and monitor and optimize all of this, also going through an ethical use of all these AI tools and digital transformation tools. So finally, we have all of our 5 takeaways for a successful digital transformation project that can also integrate AI and machine learning and data science tools. We saw a lot of examples in the beginning. If you want to take a look again, you can come back on all these slides and this video. I hope you have a good time, and it was pretty good to be with you today, guys. Let's connect on LinkedIn or social media and keep in touch. Really, thanks a lot.
Fantastic, Mariana. Thanks a lot for that very entertaining presentations. You are putting your heart into the slides, and it was very instructive to hear about your personal projects, the way you are also defining the maturity of these 5 takeaways. I think that's a very good guidance. So we're looking at in the chat for the questions coming from the audience. In the meantime, I had one. Oh, here is Thomas' question. So if you can address Thomas' question, please.
How do you assess or monitor the quality of data feeding an AI model, and how do you assess or monitor the quality of unstructured data feeding in AI? In Gen AI model. Answering from your second question, today we don't build our own AI model. So what we have, for example, are agents that we build from Copilot is a concrete example. We do have Copilot in the company, and then we can build agents. If I don't know if you are familiar with, so you can train and then say to your agent, so act like an engineer, etc., access this SharePoint or access this bunch of PDF, Word file, etc. So today for Gen AI is the further that we are going today. So we take commercial models, can be Copilot, ChatGPT, Sinequa that access ChatGPT. So we take like commercial models, and then we construct agents using these commercial models, and then we'll be really transparent. We don't have a clear method to access the quality of our unstructured data. What we try is to have a guideline. If I'm talking about a PDF, we need to make sure that all this PDF that I want to access have the same structure, or have at least a clear structure. If I want to have a date or the name of the file or the stakeholders, if we don't have the word stakeholders or participants in a meeting, how the Gen AI will know it? So I think for today, for Gen AI, it's common sense, and then we really try to have a guideline about what you will ask if it was a person. It's not really like an algorithm that we access the quality of the data. It's like people proof, okay? So Gen AI for us now, we access and monitor this non-structured data, people proof. And for machine learning model, we can do like statistical analysis to understand better this data entrance. So this can be really more structured, and we can evaluate more what we have if we talk about machine learning. So depending on the use case, we really see we really analyze and study through statistics the data we have, and then we can do this online or not. I mean, we can do this one shot or not. I know that we don't have a lot of time. Sorry.
I,
Go
I
ahead.
have I have one question, first comment, and then a question related to my field of expertise. So the first one is, what do you think is a success rate? Because in the last slide you showed how important it is to build the right environment, etc. And we need to learn. We're going to try and fail, and then we're going to try again, and then hopefully in the end we'll succeed. But in those mini projects, which hopefully will be dictated by business needs, how many do you think we can expect to be successful realistically?
How many we expect? Um, we have some bias. I will share about my point of view, and we have some bias. Outside of the company and from studies, we would expect 10, 20%, or even less success. But what we are doing, and I don't know if it's the good approach, is as just in the beginning of the project, we are already evaluating the rate of success of the project. If we really have adoption, if we really have a good chance of succeeding. So if the project does not have a good chance of succeeding, if the supplier does not have a lot of experience on this, if the material is not adapted to the usage, if we have any testing problem, we we have the tendency to stop the project. So today what I see for us, we are stopping a lot of projects. That is good also, because we are learning to say no, and we are learning to say we started and we make a mistake, we made a mistake, and then we need to stop this project before going too far. But I see that we are stopping a lot of projects without taking the risk. So we have a lot of success today. So saying about our perspective in the projects that I work with, we have a lot of success. I would say like 50% of success in implementation, because we stop really early. And then maybe we would have projects that we could have, or we should have continued. I don't know.
Very good.
But it's really structured. Yeah, it's not really open. We are really trying to innovate more. We are really trying to be more open-minded and take risks. But it's difficult for us, I mean, to be this flexible, because we cannot make mistakes in oil and gas. I mean, we are really we are an industry that are we are format for this. We cannot make mistake. We work with people life and safety first. So I think it's really difficult to
But
be
yeah, it's
open-minded.
the key. It's the key to innovation. You have to be
Really
prepared to
difficult.
fail. You have to be prepared to fail. If you don't want to fail, you're never going to try. But so another key question that I think is on people's mind is, for inspections, for instance, if you can leverage the power of cross-checking, I mean, tumors and our, medical imaging is a good example. You kind of lose control. So applied to the oil and gas for inspections, you are potentially relying on an engine to tell you that this is the result. And for companies like us, if you outsource that, the interpretation, you're potentially open to a black box. You don't know what's in the model.
Yeah.
You're potentially exposed to hallucinations, and that's not very comfortable.
Yeah. So what we have done is that the labeling was done by an internal employee. So we really worked closely to the data scientists, and so the labeling of each anomaly was done by an internal employee, or someone that really knows the business and métier, that really knows technically the use case. So yeah, but it was really difficult because they need to work together, they need to have time together, but you, for sure.
I got one as well for you, Mariana. In the hype cycle technology curve, we are reaching or close to reach the throw of disillusion. Now, to address that and to counteract that, how would you say the low confidence topics like the predictions and also the decision intelligence, how can that evolve in the future?
Yeah, talking about Gen AI. Yeah, you mean, so yeah, Gen AI is like going down in the peak of expectation, and people would expect more. But I think now that we understand how to use it better and improve the usage, and also that we understand that the data that we have, the quality of the data, the amount of the data, and when we talk about unstructured data, as we were saying before, the quality of the information that is there is really important. So I think that we are improving this. So now we are looking for this data quality and structuring this unstructured data to feed Gen AI, and also on how to make better questions, how to ask better questions, have like a guideline prompt, and then already pre-ready prompts, etc. And also through agents. I think we are doing a lot of tests with agents to help us, like, really a simple example. How can I improve my pitch? I can put a PowerPoint inside of this agent, and if he has this, the agent have already all the criteria that the direction expect, they can propose us improvements of the speech, of this version of the presentation, according to the criteria that they already have. So they can already have some information learned inside, and can also be something that we are developing more and more. And talking about open Gen AI, I mean ChatGPT for like also personal life usage. I just saw this week a really nice update from Copilot that he could do like he could think about and do like a deep reflection, a deep learning, not the deep learning of machine learning, but a profound and deep research on the web. And then it's not going to give you the answer right away. It says, I'm thinking. And then after 5, 7, 10 minutes, it gives you the answer. And you can also see all the websites it went through. So he has ChatGPT. I don't know if I can call you he, but it has went through a lot of websites and then show you all of the websites that it went through. So this new version paid for now, but you can search for on YouTube to have some demo. But it was really interesting. I thought it was really interesting because it really read all of the websites, and then compared, and not just as we have today, just a quick answer and then one website, and that's all. So I think it's improving a lot.
Thank you, Mariana.
What do you think?
We have
Thanks a lot.
Maybe
join us as well in here. Rodrigo is our SPE France program chair. Rodrigo,
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Hervé. Thank you so much, and Vincent, for you guys doing setting up this amazing event, and of course to Mariana for giving her time and her knowledge and sharing with everyone in SPE and everyone that is watching, especially online, both on LinkedIn and YouTube. Thank you so much, especially staying with us until the end of the afternoon. Just not to keep it any longer. Once again, huge appreciation to both of you, Mariana, and everyone watching, and to please stay tuned for our next upcoming events that we have several of them planned for even for this quarter, and especially for this year, online and hybrid, including the 40th anniversary event of SPE France and many things to come. So please don't forget to subscribe /register /follow us on both LinkedIn as well as our SPE YouTube channel, and of course check our emails that we send to our members. And I don't know if Hervé, Vincent want to comment something, or Mariana has some final words.
Just thanks again. Yeah, we have passed a lot of the time, and thanks again for being with us and watching all of this webinar. It was really a pleasure to be with you.
I have one final comment. I saw the pan de queijo in your presentation. Good. Kudos for this.
So just let's comment a lot. Actually, pão de queijo was there because it's the product they sell. This ONG sell to make money and to continue to work with the students they work. I didn't have enough time. Yeah.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I'm very proud of the legacy we have created at SPE France. Over the years, we have managed to create a space where innovative ideas can come to life. Thanks to the dedication of our people, we managed to reach a new heights of excellence. I am particularly proud of incorporating energy transition topics into SPE France annual program. At SPE France, solution, people, and energy are at the heart of everything we do.
SPE France fosters solutions by offering technical knowledge through events, publications, online platforms, and networking opportunities.
SPE France is more than just an organization. It's an international hub for innovation, fully embedded in the digital era.
One of my favorite experiences in SPE France has been hosting distinguished lecturers, bringing unique learnings, solutions, and tools from projects around the world.
We want to extend our deepest gratitude to all the companies that have supported our activities over the year. Thank you.
People are the foundation of SPE. This global community is what makes SPE so special. This is illustrated by recognition through truly deserved awards.
SPE France has given me the opportunity to connect with industry leaders and build strong relationships with universities and the students who will become the professionals of tomorrow.
And SPE France creates opportunities for connection and growth, also for young professionals.
Beyond the Borders is an SPE initiative where young professionals connect, share their best practices and knowledge.
We would like to invite young professionals to become members of SPE France. You are the future leaders of the energy transition.
Energy is what drives us, and SPE France is leading the way in shaping its future, showcasing alternatives to new energy solutions and how to integrate them in the energy matrix. We embrace transition with open arms.
The energy sector is evolving, and SPE France is evolving with it. Through technical talks and cross-industry collaborations, we are helping our members to stay ahead in this dynamic environment.
As we celebrate 40 years of SPE France, we look forward to the future with both optimism and enthusiasm. Thank you very much, everyone, for being part of this incredible journey. Let's continue to connect people, build solutions, and advance energy together.